Hello everybody and welcome to part 2 of the review of the beautiful Bachmann Class 40 in BR Blue. She's finished running in, it's actually the day after filming part 1, so it's a whole new day. She's finished running in last night, but I waited till today to do the second part because I sort of ran out of time yesterday. But here we are, she's finished running in. She's running nice and smoothly, although she is still quite noisy. I think one of the bogies might benefit from a full strip down and nice cleaning out and a nice full service, because she's making a few sort of weird, sort of horrible loud noises from that bogie. Luckily it's not too bad. It was quite bad to start with, but it did die down a bit after some running in and some lubrication. But anyway, she's here, she's nicely running, and she's ready to have her TTS chip fitted and have the speaker upgraded. Now on the Class 40, on this particular version anyway, there's no clips holding the body on. It's just quite a few screws. So I've already taken the screws out, so I could service her when she was running in. But there's four screws around the middle here on each side, and there's also two sort of under each cab as well. And once you've undone all of them, then the body just very nicely comes off like that. We just put the body to one side. We can now see how she's wired up for DC. So we've got the wires coming up from the bogies and going into the circuit board, and then there's also what I can see here in the centre of the circuit board. There's then a wire coming out to each side here, and they go down through the chassis block and go down to either side of the motor. And then here we can see we've got the 8-pin sockets, and there's also some other circuitry over here. So we've got a capacitor and some other bits. So obviously, it's very helpful that she's DC ready, because this will make things a lot easier for us. So obviously, first thing we can do nice and easily is just very easily take out the 8-pin sockets. I did before the video. I have checked that the TTS chip does work fine in the loco, and it does. So we definitely won't be. So we definitely shouldn't be having any issues anyway. But there we go. That's the 8-pin socket out. So we can put that to one side, and now we can grab the TTS decoder. So we just open the box and we can get it out. There we go. Ooh. There you go. Yeah, I had the decoder and the sockets just in the plastic bag that it comes in, just to protect it from any damage or anything. But we can put that back in there for now. Actually, we can throw the bag in the bin later, but we'll just put it to one side for now. In the box, we can just put that to one side as well. And now, as we can see, if we just move the logo to one side of it, we can see we've got the decoder with the speaker enclosure as well. So we just gently pull out the wires. Just be careful to not damage any of them. And there we go. We can see, so at one end we've got the 8-pin sockets. We've got all the relevant wires. We've got the chip itself, and then we've got the speaker. And then we've also got the speaker enclosure as well. Now, I'm pretty sure the speaker should actually be properly secured into the enclosure to start with, unless the previous owner, because this is a pre-owned chip, the previous owner might have taken it out of the enclosure to fit it to whatever loco they had it in. But we won't be using this speaker because, for one, it's most definitely not going to fit in the loco, and to us it doesn't sound incredibly good anyway. So I'm going to be changing it to one of the 8-ohm bass enhanced speakers. It is a lot thinner, and it will give us some better sound quality, and just some better sound overall. So obviously what we need to do is we need to first of all remove this speaker from these two speaker wires, and then we can solder the new speaker on. Now I've already done a little bit of investigating to see where the chip and the speaker will go, and I think I've decided the best thing to do is the chip can go in this little recessed area at this end here, and then what I'm going to have to do is I'm then going to have to remove the fan mounting and the fan from inside the body, and the speaker will sit nicely on top of this section of the chassis here. And then the fan at a later date, or I suppose I could do it now actually, is that I can just then take the fan out of the fan mounting and just glue it to the inside of the body underneath where the grill is. But I'll probably do that at a later date, because well, for the sake of this video, we just want to make sure that we fit the chip and make sure it all works, and then make sure everything's fine. So obviously, first things first is we'll upgrade the speaker on the chip, then we'll fit everything, and we'll see if it works. So I'll see you in a moment. Okay, here we are. It's actually been quite a while since you last saw me in real life, but obviously it's only been a second or two for you. It's actually been about a couple of hours. It's been like about a couple of hours or so, to be honest, because I've actually had to do more work than I thought. But we're here. This new speaker has been soldered to the chip. The chip has been fitted to the loco. Everything's been secured down. So the chip at this end has just been secured. I've used a couple of double-sided sticky pads just to secure it to the chassis over here. Then we can see the speaker over here. This is an 8-ohm bass enhanced speaker. Remember, with these TTS chips, you have to use either an 8-ohm speaker or two 4-ohm speakers in series. You can use an 8 and a 4-ohm speaker in series if you wanted to, but it's best to use either an 8-ohm one or two 4-ohm ones. And the 4-ohm, the speaker, the 8-ohm bass enhanced speaker at this end, it's just been secured to the chassis with a few bits of black tack. The black tack is from Roads and Rails, as is the speaker. I definitely recommend you purchase, if you're thinking of upgrading a speaker on your locos, I definitely recommend using Roads and Rails. Fantastic guy, fantastic website, very large range of speakers to suit all kinds of locos. Definitely recommend you check it out. The body is just out of shot here. I've had to glue the mesh detail at the grille. This wasn't actually glued into place on the body when I took the fan out. I'm pretty sure it was definitely like that since new. So I don't know why they didn't glue it into place, but I glued that into place. I haven't bothered refitting the fan because I believe it may actually interfere with the speaker itself. So I'm not going to bother gluing that back in, but to be honest, you can't see it very well anyway. So, but I think all we need to do now is we'll just put the loco onto the track, and then we can see if she actually works. So let's just make sure all the wheels are on. It's quite difficult to do. There we go, she's on. I'll just move you down a bit so you can actually see the loco. There we go. In fact, if I just move you a bit further back, move you that way a bit. There we go. So she's still number 3 at the moment, so let's just make sure she still moves. There we go. And the other direction. Brilliant. So let's just try some of the horns. Oh yes, and the other one. Oh yeah, that's brilliant. Right, let's turn the engine sounds on and see what they sound like. Oh yes, that's definitely better than the standard speaker. Right, let's give her a quick wiggle and see what she sounds like. Oh yes, that's brilliant. Lovely. Right, let's get the body back on and we'll get running around the layout. Okay, here we are back over the layout once again. So we can see the body's back on. I've also changed some of the settings on the decoder. So I've changed the address. I've also lowered the volume of the engine sounds because they were quite loud to start with. So I've actually set those to the lowest rating, which is 1, and they do seem to be a lot better now. But I've left all the other volume, I've left all the other sounds the same volume because they weren't too bad. But she's now all programmed up. She's ready to go. I've also stuck some coaches behind her, as you can probably see over here. She's got 5 Bachmann chocolate and cream Mark 1s coupled up to her. So I think all we need to do now is get the engine sounds going and run around the layout, and we can finally see what she's like. Oh, she's running beautifully. You can probably hear the sounds from the front bogie there, all the gears. And to be honest, the engine sounds are actually a lot quieter than I thought they would be at high speed. So I might increase the volume again actually. But overall, I'm impressed. Brilliant runner. Good, well, great detail for her age. It could be better in some places, but overall she's really not too bad. If you don't have a Class 40 by Bachmann, you just need to get one. They are fantastic. It doesn't matter what age they are, old or new. Well, they're just brilliant. You just need to have a Bachmann Class 40.